Hi there, and thank you for watching this video for your professional development workshop. My name is Stanley Harris, and today we're going to briefly go over learning disabilities in math. In this video, we will explore 4 areas regarding mathematics learning disabilities: the rationale for awareness of MLDs, go over some procedures for recognizing students with MLDs, how to research solutions to help students, and understanding the significance of implementing evidence-based practices within your classroom. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? First, rationale. According to the Department of Education for the state of Virginia, the definition of mathematics disability is the inability to understand and remember mathematics concepts, rules, formulas, basic computation skills, and sequence of operations. This disability, frequently referred to as dyscalculia or developmental calcula, is an issue. The early identification of children at risk for poor long-term outcomes in mathematics and interventions designed to address these risks is critical because children who start kindergarten behind their peers tend to stay behind throughout their schooling. Is it no wonder that we need to be more aware of this with our students and to make every effort to help them? I think so, and I hope you do as well. And that brings us to our second area of mathematics disability, the procedures for recognizing students with MLD. Dr. David Geary, Department Chair and Professor of Psychological Sciences at the University of Missouri, conducted research on the complexities of MLD. In his research, he begins with a statement that is somewhat disheartening for us as educators. He states that, unfortunately, measures that are specifically designed to diagnose MLD are not available. Thus, most researchers rely on standardized achievement tests, often in combination with measures of intelligence like that of the IQ test. This doesn't really give us a lot to work with up front. However, using standardized tests, having a score lower than the 20th or the 25th percentile on a mathematics achievement test, combined with a lower range or average or even higher IQ score, is typical criteria for diagnosing MLD. Another way to recognize MLD in students is to assess their memory recall. Many children with MLD have difficulties retrieving basic arithmetic facts from long-term memory, and these difficulties often persist despite intensive instruction on basic facts. Although this research is still new, it does suggest that a retrieval deficit resistant to instructional intervention might be a useful diagnostic indicator for MLD. Now, let's look at the third area of MLD, researching to help your students. There are those that love research, and then there are those that don't like it at all. For those who do love research, you like the challenge of finding solutions to problems and the thrill of the discovery. But for those that might not like research as much, it's probably because of a bad experience somewhere in their education, and that has brought you to that conclusion. However, even those who don't like research, they still perform acts of research in everyday life. They still look for answers even in the most minute of situations, like developing a new recipe or even planning a trip, like finding the best routes or hotels or eateries to go to in their trip. So as an educator, when we have students that are struggling, it is in our nature to want to help find a new approach or method to help them become successful. When researching for helps and solutions for our students, we need to look for the following themes. Number 1, material that demonstrates clear teacher modeling. The second thing we want to look for is material that gives examples that are sequenced in level of difficulty, meaning that they start with the easiest and go to the hardest. 3, we want material that gives step-by-step instructions implementing the intervention. We call that scaffolding. And the 4th thing is we want to look for material that has some sort of feedback or reports findings. These 4 themes can help guide you in what is valuable material to read and use. Now, your time is precious, so only spend your time with material that will be valuable and help make a difference. Now let's look at that last area of MLD, evidence. Understanding the rationale, the procedures for recognizing MLD in students, and knowing what to research leads us to using interventions that are proven to have positive results. We call this evidence-based practice or practices. Here are a few that can help you in your classroom. This first one is called the RIDE. Now, RIDE, R-I-D-E, is a strategy used to assist students with solving word problems. Students who experience difficulty with abstract reasoning, attention, memory, and or visual spatial skills may benefit from this strategy. Ensure that steps are taught through demonstration and plenty of opportunities for practice are provided before asking students to independently use this strategy. Visually display the strategy on a chart in your class or maybe even on a class website as a reminder. A second evidence-based strategy that works is called the fast draw. Like RIDE, fast draw is another strategy used to solve word problems. Teach each step in the sequence, allowing sufficient time for guided practice prior to asking students to independently implement this strategy. Create a visual display and post in the classroom or student notebooks to help assist the students. The last evidence-based strategy is TINS. The TINS strategy allows students to use different steps to analyze and solve word problems. As you can see here, TINS, an acronym that helps logically the student to work through word problems. T for thought, I for information, N for number sentence, and S for solution sentence. There are many more, but these are excellent interventions that can help begin the process of mathematical success for students who have MLD. If you have any questions or are needing some information regarding MLD, please contact me or seek out your local university for collaboration, or simply go online and search for MLD and discover the possibilities for enriching your pedagogical approaches and knowledge. Thank you.